Well, thank you, Martin, for having us. I will just ask 3 short questions, and I will start with, what are the most pressing dilemmas and challenges that your jurisdiction is currently facing?
I think that the most important challenge is the issue of workload or caseload of probation and mediation officers in Slovakia, because if you've got almost 8,000 incoming cases during 1 year, it means it has to be a priority. So that's the most important point, I think.
Yeah, and do you have any ideas or plans how you are going to overcome these challenges, like you said, with the workload and the caseload?
Well, it depends on political will and on a strategy of crime prevention and strategy how to develop a probation system in Slovakia for the further years. Mm-hmm. So the most important, or one line, is to increase the number of probation and mediation officers. The second line could be maybe to speak and to start to develop the system of using of volunteers in probation system in Slovakia. So there is several lines how to sort it out. But I think the most important thing is to increase the number of probation and mediation officers in Slovakia.
Well, maybe that's something you can take with you to the year of 2024. Are there any key priorities or strategic plans to enhance probation in this field with the workload?
We are partners of a very innovative and useful and effective project in Slovakia called the Chance for Reentry. Mm-hmm. And the Chance for Reentry number 2 is the second round of the project. And for the first time, Ministry of Justice is a partner of the project. So I think one of the priorities will be strengthen the links between penitentiary and aftercare. Mm-hmm. And that's also the important role of probation workers. So that's one priority. And of course, there is a lot of things to be changed in Slovakian probation system. As I have already mentioned, we can speak about developing the system of using of volunteers in probation system. Nowadays, these days, our experts group are upgrading risk assessment tools used in probation system in Slovakia. Mm-hmm. We are also developing and upgrading social training for probationers as well. And we are also developing a program focused on radicalization and extremism. So there is a lot of priorities. I just mentioned a few of them. Well, let's say the history of modern Slovakian probation system is almost 20 years old. It will be in 2024. Yeah. So we will see what's going to happen the next. But I think we do not want to reduce this important work on some kind of administrative and management work, but we want to emphasize professional interventions with clients in probation. That's the key priority. Because when you are working as a probation officer and when you are speaking and when you are doing counseling and things like that and interventions with the client face to face, that should be the most important priority. Yeah.
So it's the most important thing, of course, to keep in touch with those people that need it the most, of course. Yeah. But then just to follow up to your answer, Martin, if you could change anything right now, what kind of innovations would you like to implement? And how do you think that those innovations would affect the outcome?
We can speak about innovation on a various way, but first of all, I would like to mention the change of organizational structure of probation system in Slovakia. Mm-hmm. We can also speak about various lines of changing this kind of organizational structure, but I think the most important thing is that the Slovakian probation system should have specific kind of autonomy. Yeah. That's an important point. Of course, it's under the Ministry of Justice, but it should be set up much better towards autonomy of this kind of organizational structure. So this is very important point, and I think very important is also cooperation between probation system and probation and mediation officers and the Slovakian prison system or prison service, and of course cooperation between social workers who works on Office of Labor. So these three main stakeholders should be really very close if we would like to reduce recidivism. And the other point is also, we could not speak only about the numbers of reducing recidivism, but we could also find out some other qualitative indicators which are saying to us the work we have done is good. So it's also about offenders, the children of prisoners, it's also about offenders' families and so on. And very important is to try to spread between prosecutors, judges, and also in probation, the principles and ideas of and methods of work of restorative justice.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot to come. I hear you speak about all these methods and approaches. I want to thank you for your time, Martin, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, of course.
Yes.